Hello YouTube, fancy seeing you here, and I'm doing the usual, keeping them honest, and today I'm going to be going over the best quickscope class setup in Modern Warfare 3. Woo-wee! This is the class that gives me that sweet 2.0 ratio, baby. I just beast with this class, and I've took a couple months since the game came out to really test different game modes, test different game types, whatever you want to call it, all the different rifles, all the different combination, and this by far is the best setup in Modern Warfare 3 if you want a quick scope. Now, a lot of people posting videos about best quick scope class setups like the day after the game comes out, and it's like, how do you know this is the best quickscope class setup, man? The game just came out. You don't know how it's gonna be like, just in general, you don't know the feel of the game yet. So anyways, I took a lot of time, test different things out, and this is the best quickscope class by far. And the way I put my classes together is I think about each perk, each proficiency, each attachment, whatever, and how I'm gonna be using it in the game, in what situations I want to be using it, and how often, because in the end you want to be loading up your arsenal with things that you're going to be using more often and to meet the needs of the game mode or game type, for example. So that's kind of my mindset behind that, and so that's how it's going to be, and this is how I make my classes. And a lot of people posting best quickscope class setups, best class setups, and you look at their ratings, their stats online or whatever, and they're just doing terrible. Like, I saw a guy who's giving advice on how to be the best quickscoper, and he didn't even know what he's talking about, or the best quickscope class setup. People look at their stats, they're doing terrible quickscoping. It's like, how are you gonna give advice when you're not even doing good yourself? If the way I see it, it's like you want to get mortgage help or mortgage advice, and you go to the bank. It's like, who do you want to talk to? The lady behind the counter, the teller, or the mortgage specialist? It's like, obviously you're gonna go to the mortgage specialist who knows what they're talking about. They have experience and whatnot, and I've got experience, and I want to share that experience with you. So the best primary sniper I would use is the Beret 50 cal by far, and I have this theory that the Beret 50 cal has the best hit detection in the game. I've used all the snipers, and honestly, this is my favorite sniper, and I think it's beastly. The only bad thing about the Beret is it has low mobility, but there's a quick fix for that, and that's why I rock the speed proficiency with this weapon, just to help me move around the maps a little bit quicker. My second favorite gun, sniper rifle, is the L18, and for that I would definitely use stability, because guns like the L18 and MSR, they have higher mobility, so it's better to put stability on it just to reduce the sway. It'll help you with your drag scopes, make you much quicker. And as a sniper in the high damage in this game, you're gonna need to be very quick, because normally if you get one bullet, you're gonna flinch and whatnot, and you're not gonna be able to take the enemy down, especially when they're using SMGs and assault rifles. As for the other proficiencies, the other four, they're not that useful, and I wouldn't go for. I mean, the other day I saw some guy advising people to use kick on a bolt action rifle. It's like, how is that going to be useful? If you want to reduce your kick, just go prone. That's just gonna take out most of the kick. And I don't know. Anyways, let's just move forward. Attachments, definitely go with extended mags. The other attachments are not useful, and they're just gonna get in your way. Camouflage red, because we're that cool. Secondary, the best secondary in the game is the 44 Magnum, the Trojans, baby. You gotta lock those, and you gotta dual wield them. You gotta kimbo them for that double protection, because in the game you don't know what's gonna happen. And the reason why I don't say FMG is the best secondary, because FMG isn't a secondary, man. The FMG is like a primary. I know people that use that gun as a primary, and that's why I don't consider this as a secondary. I consider it as good, very, very good, if not the best primary. So anyways, Magnum, akimbo that, like I said, for the double protection. You don't know what's gonna happen in the battlefield, boys. And for the lethal, top two in this section, it's gotta be Semtex C4. I play a lot of domination, so I stick with the Semtex. I love hucking those Semtex at the flag before the enemy caps them. And if you're not playing an objective type of game, I would definitely go for C4. If you're playing something like team deathmatch or let's say kill confirmed free for all, C4 is amazing, man. This thing's got a huge explosive radius. The only thing I don't like about it is that you can't throw it that far, and that's why I like sticking with the Semtex. You can throw relatively far distance and it detonates or explodes pretty quickly. So we're sticking with the Semtex, baby. Tactical, top two here. We got tactical insurgent and concussion. Concussion is an amazing tactical attachment to use. And the reason why I say that is because if you get hit with one of these bad boys, you get slowed down so much and for so long that usually when you get hit with this thing, you're going to go down, and you're going to go down pretty quick, and you're not going to be able to kind of get at the enemy. And so that's why I like concussion. I would use it again for things like team deathmatch, kill confirmed. I mean, those are some of the popular game modes. But what I like to rock, especially because I play domination a lot, is the tactical insurgent. Now this will make or break you because a lot of people don't know how to use tactical insurgent. And if you become effective in using it and know when, how, and in what situation to place it and where to place it, you will do very well. And I'm going to be I was surprised not many tutorials on YouTube explaining how to effectively use the tactical insurgent, and I'm going to be making a video of how I use it and how I do well with it, and just give you guys tips. That's what it's all about, helping you guys out. So definitely tactical insurgent if you know how to use it. If not, I would just stick with the concussion. Now, perk 1, tier 1, I would go with Sleight of Hand Pro. The good thing about this is you were able to swap weapons faster, which if any case you want to switch to your secondary, this will help you out a lot. This is a fast-paced game and you definitely want to be able to switch to your secondary in those close quarter combat if necessary. This faster reloading, it's not that necessary or not that important, but heck, it's there, so why not? Second tier perk, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Quick Draw Pro. If you want a quick scope, this is what you need, no questions about it. It even has the bonus of being able to recover from your equipment and grenade usage, so that's always a bonus. Perk 3, now this is a perk or a perk tier that's a hot topic. You know what I'm saying? There's Steady Aim Pro and Marksman. This would be my top two. And Marksman is great if you want to, it actually allows you to identify enemies at a farther distance, and it's really good if there's like a lot of smoke or explosive. Just that being able to identify the enemy, shoot them down while they can't see you is very good. And it's also good for maps like Outpost where it's hard to identify the enemy in some situations. So that's why I would go for Marksman Pro. Otherwise, I like sticking to Steady Aim Pro. Now, for some reason, people think Steady Aim Pro or people who use Steady Aim Pro are noobs or whatever. And I mean, love it or hate it, it's a great perk, and I use this and I think it's very effective. It helps me a lot. And another issue about Steady Aim Pro which seems to arise is that people think that it makes you a good quickscoper, and others think that it doesn't. And I think it does, but it also doesn't, because it makes you a better quickscoper because it lets your weapon be ready quicker after sprinting. So when you're sprinting and suddenly some guy pumps in front of you, you'll be able to quickly scope in and kill them, which I think that's called quickscoping, and that will help you be a quickscoper. What it doesn't help you become a quickscoper is, even though it reduces the crosshairs or the space inside the crosshairs, if you don't scope in fully and you shoot, it will register as a no scope. So in that sense, it doesn't really make you a better quickscoper. But because of the fact that it allows me to get my weapon ready after sprinting, that's the main reason why I go with Steady Aim Pro. Call it a new perk, call it whatever. If you want to do good, I would use it. And I'm not going to go over my strike package because it's not really Quickscope related, but if you want to know why I go with the assault package with the UAV, Pred missile, and attack helicopter, check out my kill streak setup tutorial, and there you'll find my opinions and my thoughts. And guys, this is my Quickscope class. This is the class I do very well with, and if you guys just practice and use this class, you will do very well. And I'm actually looking forward to see what classes other people use and your reasoning for choosing things that are different than mine. I'd love to get a different view, different perspective of what your class is, and we can get a discussion going. If you found this tutorial helpful, comment, rate, subscribe for more. I'm also going to be uploading my MOAB class setup, my run and gun setup, beasting with my MP7 too. So fancy seeing you here doing the honest thing, keeping them honest, giving you the helpful advice that will actually help you do good in the game. And for now, I'm out. Peace.